There we go. Now we're live.
Oh.
What up, everybody? So far. Oh, god damn it, Tiki.
What?
Mute yourself.
I was making sure the sound levels were
Okay. So as you guys can see, it's just me and Dickie for now. We're gonna try to get some more people on later on. And to start off, I want to say that I'm sick, like super congested and shit. So I feel fucking horrible. So sorry if I'm not as energetic as usual. But yeah, we're live. This is kind of just a random thing that we wanted to do. You know, thing, random thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yo, you're my hero. He's talking to you, Dickie.
Heck yeah, bro.
Yeah, you're his hero.
Guitar Hero?
Yeah. Boy, isn't this exciting.
Yeah.
Hold on just 1 second.
So what's up, you guys? What's going on?
Sorry, I had to mute myself for a second. So let's hear from you for a second. So if some of you don't know, Dickie moved away. You know, he got tired of riding with me, so he moved. He's like an hour and a half or 2 hours away now.
Holy crap,
God.
dude. Holy crap.
What the hell? Amazing content, you amazing work, Dickie. You're awesome too. That's right, dude. That is way too much.
Heck yeah, bro.
That is way too much. I appreciate that a ton, but holy shit, save your money. That is way big of a donation. But
So that's $50 from David Vlogs, guys. That's crazy.
yeah.
Those of you that are watching this like not live, $50.
Yeah. Oh
He's
yeah.
going to like all the meetups and everything. Yeah.
They won't be able to see. Yeah, once it uploads, it doesn't post the live chat. I think that's kind of dumb, to be honest. I think they should like post it in the like off to the side or something like that. Because during the stream, I mean, most of my streams, you don't really see much on the screen. It's just our fucking logos bouncing back and forth. So
yeah,
it's like really annoying. But they need to, yeah, they need to post the chat like in there. But holy shit, thank you a ton, David. That's a fucking generous donation. Fuck. That's gonna help with this whole fucking Harley issue, which we'll get to later. I wanna hear a little bit from Dickie out in Norman now. How is it like just everything, dude? How is it like not being with us anymore? Like how is it like being in a completely new like area, like new territory to explore?
I mean, I've basically just been going to school, you know, not really like exploring or anything. So it feels like kind of weird not really knowing like all the back roads and like what's around me, you know. But like it's not really that weird. Like it doesn't feel like I'm like gone, you know. It feels like if I wanted to go to Tulsa, like I could be there in like literally like no time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Dude, David just keeps donating.
God.
Oh my god. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey!
I'm sorry, I'm trying to be quiet.
You're making noise back there.
I'm trying.
Yeah, but as far as like school goes, though, I actually really like university, like being at OU a whole lot better than being at TCC. Like I think like TCC was pretty comfortable because it was so close, you know. But like the like atmosphere and like the class settings for like a university college is like a lot more serious, and like everyone that's there is like dedicated, and it just feels a lot better than like a community college, you know. And like the way that the professors teach are way like it's a huge difference. Like the university professors are a lot better, and it's easier to like not fall asleep in like a lecture too.
Yeah.
They do it better here.
I feel like that's understandable though. I mean, like I never went to college or anything, but like, I mean, I doubt that like a community college is like bad or anything, but at the same time, a community college, like compared to a university is obviously going to be like a little higher up.
Yeah, and the only reason for that really is just because like there's this stuff called like upper division classes, and like community college doesn't like provide like an upper division class, you know. So like as soon as you go to university, you're gonna have harder classes because you've already completed like your like introductory classes. Like it's not necessarily like because you're going to university it's harder. Like you could take like a first year or first semester class, like college algebra or something, like really simple at a community college, and have like a more difficult time with it at a community college opposed to like university. Like the classes, I don't know. It just depends on like the professor and everything. But like I had really good professors at TCC, and I had like my OChem 1 professor, which is organic chemistry. He was like really good, and he was actually the head of the department there. And I'm taking organic chemistry 2 at OU, which is an upper division class. And like I took OChem 1 at a community college, but like it prepared me like just as well as like probably university would have for, you know, OChem 2 at OU. So it kind of just depends on like who you take, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So are you going for the same thing you were going for in TCC? Like, is it? I don't know how all that works. Like, obviously you have like different classes that switch up and everything, but the actual like main subject, I guess, that you're trying to achieve, like, is it the same there?
Yeah, so like basically at a community college all you can get is like an associate's degree, and like it would be like an associate's of like science, and it'd be like a pretty much generalization of all the science degrees. So like whenever you go to university, your classes will transfer and like count as like credits towards your major, which is like a bachelor's degree, like 4 years. So I transferred with the associates of science, and now I'm working towards a biology major. So, and then I've taken so much chemistry that I'll probably double major with like a chemistry major as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be like really like a lot. Fucking dude, I'm so congested right now. I can't even fucking think straight.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, David donated another $10 and then another $2 after that. That's worth mentioning. Like, holy
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
It's crazy, dude.
So the whole like, I'm trying to think back. You said something that I wanted to touch up on, and now I can't remember it. It doesn't feel like you're like away from us. Like, how's that so?
I mean, like I'm still in Oklahoma, so like it doesn't feel like I'm that far at all. Like I don't know, dude. Like it's weird not being able to just like hit you up and like ride over and then just like go down Riverside, all that crap, you know. But for the most part, it basically feels like the same.
Yeah.
And plus, like I honestly think this area is a little bit cleaner than like Tulsa too, so it kind of feels a little better.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm very sure it is. Tulsa's fucking grimy in some places, man. Dude, and like when they do something new here, it doesn't take long for it to look like the rest of Tulsa, like at all.
Yeah.
Especially with, I mean, this obviously doesn't have to do with the community or the actual like location. But, I mean, I guess location, but like when we had that tornado come through, like that's something like that happening. It's really fucking hard to keep shit looking clean.
Yeah.
Well,
like one of the that entire line, just like keeping the grass cut and like trash off the streets. Like, dude, I haven't even seen any trash on the streets, and like the grass is always like cut and like.
Well, that's because they actually use like street sweepers over there. Like late at night, you'll actually see like those big ass street sweeper trucks rolling through. I don't think I've ever seen one of those in Tulsa, like ever, unless it was like somebody's private like business or something. It's ridiculous. Our streets are just like covered in trash and like dirt and like all the oils and shit from cars. You can literally see the lines of oil, like where the center of the cars roll over because of like they just don't clean the streets at all.
Yeah.
And that's why like here in Oklahoma, I'm sure they teach it like everywhere for like debris and everything, but in Oklahoma especially, like if you ride a motorcycle, they teach you to ride like one side of the lane or the other. There's a lot of reasons to do that, but one of the reasons they note here in Oklahoma is because like there's so much fucking oil and grime just in the center that you don't have as much traction right there. It's just bad.
Yeah, so I think Hiruko is saying that they're gonna take the MSF in 3 weeks. That's pretty cool.
Let's talk about that because I didn't take the MSF course. I just went to the DMV and took the fucking basic bitch test. You did take the MSF course though.
Yeah.
So like there's differences because I remember you took me to the parking lot where they do the MSF. We were like fucking around on it and like it's definitely like worth it. Because like I've even thought about going back and taking it. One, because it drops your insurance like a lot if you have that. But
and if you take it in Tulsa, you can use the like MSF little certificate you get at Cycle Gear in Tulsa, and they give you a discount. Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, see, and that's one thing I'd be interested in seeing because most of the time when people talk about the MSF and stuff, it's people who like they took the MSF first thing, but you never really hear about somebody like going back and taking the MSF after like no, cause like I'm not like trying to toot my own horn, but like I feel like I'm a pretty good rider. Like I know how to ride, so taking the MSF. Like I still wouldn't know really what to expect. You know?
I mean, it's pretty easy. Like looking back, like now.
Yeah.
Like it would be extremely easy for us, and that's why they have like new beginner like MSF courses, and then they have.
Oh, I didn't know that. They have like different levels of it.
Yeah. So like the people that already know how to ride, and like say you get a ticket or something, you can actually like, get your ticket voided by taking the MSF again, and you can use the
Because
rider
it's sort
course.
of like a rider like safety course or whatever.
Yeah, and like my dad actually did that, and he did it on my 600.
Oh, so how long ago did you take your course?
I got my bike in like I think summer of 2015 in like July,
Yeah.
and then I rode my bike for like probably 2 weeks in a parking lot, like to learn how to like do the basics and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And then I took the MSF on a weekend and got my license. And
Oh.
yeah,
How much? How much was it? Because Smoking Guns says that he says it's like $300 now.
yeah. I mean, it depends on like what state you're in
I think that'd be
and where you
worth
take.
it, to be honest, though, because it's what, like a 2 week course, and then
No, it's a 2-day course.
2 day. I'm way off. 2 day course, but you're like almost guaranteed to get your license. I
You
mean,
are guaranteed.
yeah, like you'd really have to fuck something up to not get it, right?
Yeah, like you'd like I don't know. I feel like they kind of like turn their cheek. Like if you like do something wrong, they don't really care that much. Like they're pretty much just gonna pass you. Like if they know that like, well, cause like what's to say that you're not gonna just get a bike anyways, even if you don't pass the course. You know what I mean? Like if you already have a bike, like if they don't give you your license, like you're still gonna ride the bike. So like, why would they not give you the license? Like you already paid them money to do it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
true, true.
Like the written test, like the little handwritten bullcrap,
Yeah,
like the yeah, like that. If you mess up on that, then the next day before you like the first day is all pretty much like reading and stuff and getting ready for like the written exam.
right.
But then like you do the written exam, and if you fail it, you come back the next morning and take it again. And that's really the only time that they'll like have you redo something. Like
Uh,
yeah, the
so
actual like
they
writing
pretty
part.
much like they pretty much help you until you get it.
Yeah, like you're gonna pass. Like yeah. And it's actually like I'd say it's better to go in with no experience because like you're gonna like build bad habits before you even like get in there if you start learning before you go in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think fucking oh god damn it, Lady Bane. Joe Honda is gay. He's not even here. She donated $2 to call him gay again, and he's not even here. You
I
know what
will
though?
say
That's
though,
fine. Bane, she can donate as much as she wants because
yeah,
I installed a bunch of LEDs on her bike and swapped her tire out for her for free.
yeah. I will say that the motorcycle like written test is a lot easier than the
Yeah.
car like yeah like the normal deal.
Well, that's how it was with the taking it through the DMV the way that I did it.
Mhm.
It was I mean exactly the same pretty much. Like you go in, you take the little written test on the computer, and then you go and take the writing portion of it. But like it was all just so much easier. Because the driving course when I did it, I took them both at the same DMV also. And when I did the driving course, they took me way out, like into a bunch of neighborhoods and shit like that. For the riders course, like they literally took me out of the parking lot. We circled the building and came back, and that was literally it.
Yeah, in the MSF you have to do way more than that.
Yeah, yeah. You have like the lines in the parking lot that you have to do. See, they didn't have cones or lines or any of that shit. They literally bring you to like a stop sign and they tell you like make a left-hand turn. You turn left, go to the stoplight and turn left again. Go to the next stoplight, turn left. Like you do that until you get back into the parking lot, and then they're like, "All right, go park." And like, yeah, that's literally all they did.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really glad that I took the MSF. I think Like it prepared me a lot more
Yeah.
for like stuff.
What the hell? I'm trying to sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. I'm trying to I think Johanna's trying to get in.
Oh, okay.
But he's doing it on his phone, so I have to send him the link through an email so that he can click it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's also a free MSF course, but I think that it's like only certain times of the year and stuff, and I think it's actually through TCC, which is Tulsa Community College, and I think the cops, like, because there's like campus police, I'm pretty sure they do it there.
Yeah. I know that Harley Davidson, at least here in Tulsa, actually both of them here in Tulsa, they have their own like rider course thing.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be kind of funny though. Go to Harley Davidson to do like a rider's course to get your license, and then go buy like a Japanese bike.
Yeah. Don't they use like mules and stuff
I
for this?
think so. Either that or no. I think they use the little like maybe like the 883 Sportsters or the street. They have like the street 500s or some shit like that now. The little 500 bike. They have 500s and 750s. The street 750, and then I can't remember what the 500 is called, but they're little bikes, and like they probably just do that. Bane said, "Act like I just donated $2 again." Ha! That glory is only for people who actually donate.
Dang,
like David. David donated $2 to show up Lady Bane. Suck it. I haven't been keeping up with the chat. Hold on. Yeah, I got DMV. Yeah, Smoking Gun said there's an Android app called DMV Genie that like lets you take practice tests. That's what I did before I went and took the test. I just looked up a bunch of like Oklahoma motorcycle tests on my phone and just like studied them basically. And then when I went in, I just remembered all the answers. They're always a little different. Like they are the same questions, but when you go in, they're going to be worded different, and the answers are going to be worded different. So expect that, but essentially,
if you take the MSF, you don't have to worry about that. They give you a packet, and it's literally like everything they teach you is like on the test. Like it's word from word, like almost in the same order. Like the MSF is basically you're paying to like take it once and pass and like learn a few extra things that you like wouldn't on your own, basically.
Yeah.
Like it's worth the money in the long run too, because like it lowers your insurance, which is actually like a big deal.
Yeah, see, that's the biggest thing I would take one for, because like my insurance isn't high, but I'm 22, and like in Oklahoma they go off like the CCs, like the size of the bike, and my Harley is like technically a 1450 cc, so it bumps it way up. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Oh. What the hell? This isn't opening. Oh.
Another $2 from David, dude.
What the fuck? David keeps donating.
Oh.
This one's Tiki's.
Yeah. No.
They can probably still hear you. This is a good microphone.
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be.
Sorry, we're being interrupted for a second. That's awesome. I like that one because it's going to cover him in glitter. That's not making any sense to any. God damn it! You got glitter on me. Fuck. Donate to my PayPal so I can get it. Fuck off. So she can get a new TV. Buy my TV. I've been telling you I'm selling it. All right, so we're gonna talk Harley issues because everybody that follows my Instagram and shit has seen that my bike's been fucking up, but I haven't been super detailed about what's wrong with it, and that's really because I don't really know what the fuck is wrong with it. So to explain it, my Harley started idling real high. So the typical idle for my Harley is around 1,000 RPM, and it redlines around 6,000, just so you have an idea of the rev range and everything. So yeah, usually idles around 1,000. That's normal and everything. Well, it started idling a little higher on like 1,500, and then started going up a little more, and then it got to the point where I was leaving work one day and I started my bike, and that shit would not drop below like 2,500 RPM, which is pretty much halfway up the entire rev range of the fucking bike. Super annoying, and it's like super sketchy riding because I have no engine braking, because if I'm coming to a low speed and I'm trying to engine brake, it just it sends the RPM up to where it's like pretty much pinned at, if that makes any sense at all. So I brought it home, started looking shit up, started talking to some people, and there were some things everybody was telling me to check that could cause it and everything, and I narrowed it down to being the intake manifold seals. Over time they can get just old and crusty, and they'll just start leaking, and basically what happens is it creates a vacuum leak where the motor is supposed to be getting a 13-to-1 ratio of I think that's right, 13-to-1 ratio. Or is that something else? I'm scatterbrained right now. Anyway, it's supposed to be getting a certain ratio of air to fuel mixture to keep the bike running smoothly. And since my seals are busted, it's pulling in way too much air. And it's causing the ECM to tell the bike to give it more fuel because of the amount of air. And so it's just idling super high. And oh shit, David, donate another $5. Holy shit, dude. So anyway, it's idling super high. So I went to Harley, picked up some seals, came home, dug into the bike, took the intake manifold off of it. And if any of you out there know anything about twin cams, they're really fucking annoying to get the intake manifold off, because everything you need to get to is literally in between the engine, like inside. And so I pulled the intake manifold off, swapped the seals out, threw it back on, started the bike. It was still idling high. Tested it, seals were leaking again. So I pretty much assumed that I probably pinched them putting them in, because that's another thing. It's super easy to pinch the seals when you're putting them in, especially if you don't lube that shit up, which I didn't the first time. I thought, oh, I'll just put them in dry, it'll work, and it didn't. And so went to Harley again today, bought new seals again, came home, ripped the bike apart, put the seals in, did it right this time, put them in and everything. Tested it afterwards. The seals are not leaking anymore. They're sealed up, but the bike is still idling high. It's not as high. It's around 1,500 to 2,000 again. But now I've pretty much hit a wall. I don't know. I got a few things I can check, but for the most part, the seals are good. Oh, and when this first happened, I was thinking maybe it was the idle air control valve, which is this little valve that controls the airflow into the engine. Again, it has to do with the fuel to air mixture and shit. So I cleaned that really good, made sure it was working and everything, and it is. Made sure my throttle body butterfly flap thing was closing all the way, because that's another thing. Those can get grimed up and stay open a little bit, and that'll cause it to act funny. So basically, I fixed the leak. It's not leaking anymore, but it's still running like shit, popping and backfiring here and there, just idling high. So that's kind of what this live stream is for, sort of a place taker, because I'm not sure if I'll be able to get a video out this weekend. I might be able to throw something together depending on the footage I already have. Maybe I can do some sort of little throw together a little edit of some sorts. I don't know. But tomorrow I'm going to check a couple little things, little sensors here and there, and see if I can't get it fixed. If I do, then I'm going to go out and try to make a video tomorrow, even if I do feel like shit still. But this whole week has just been fucking stupid. The week started out with me having fucking bronchitis, and then once that subsided, I don't know if I have a cold now or it's just the after effects of bronchitis, but now I'm just super congested, and in the midst of all that, my bike's been acting up and just acting like an asshole like it always is. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. And I will say, even with all the issues going on with my Harley right now, I still consider this bike more reliable than my previous Japanese bikes. Not talking shit on Japanese bikes, but a lot of people like talking shit on Harleys and everything, and I'll stand by mine. It's even with the issues it's been having, it still has a hell of a lot less issues than what my my R6, for example, would have been having. So that's a thing. But yeah, it's been a headache. I love working on bikes, but working on them is only fun to a certain point. When you get to the point where you're replacing everything and shit's still not getting fixed, that it just gets annoying. It's just a fucking headache. So let me catch up in the chat again. What up, Jack? What up, Louise? You're also writing on Tulsa, always looking for people to ride with, and that Moto Amino app is filled with bullshit chatter. Yeah, that Moto Amino app is full of a bunch of fucking chatter. I'm in Tulsa. Dickie's no longer in Tulsa. He moved to Norman for college. Yeah, me and a couple other friends usually ride around Tulsa. If you ever see us out, feel free to just fucking ride with us, man. Please come kidnap me from work. I told you earlier just to call in, but no. Nobody wants to call in anymore. We thought about getting a Grom or a Supermoto. Yeah. When I was around the time I was getting rid of my R6, I was considering getting rid of it and then using that money to get a little like a Grom. But then I went other ways with that money and all that. But I'd still like to get one. That'd be pretty fun. I fucking love those things. I know that for a while there they kind of got overkilled because when they came out, like every fucking moto vlogger out there was getting one or had one. It was so like annoying just seeing Groms everywhere. But I feel like it's subsided now, where the like the people who kind of did it just to be on the jump on the bandwagon for it, they've kind of fallen off. They've either gotten rid of their Groms or they've just, I don't know. It seems like the people who legitimately enjoy Groms and enjoy like having one, they're still around and their content's still booming. I'd like to have a Grom. I fucking love those things. Also a Supermoto. I'd love to have a Supermoto too. It's just, money. If my Harley would stop breaking, then maybe I could have enough money to get another second bike. But for now, the Harley is my main bitch, and she takes all my money. All right, Dickie, let's hear from you for a second.
Yo. I don't really know what to talk about.
Let's talk about how I'm dying.
Yeah.
So, fun fact for you guys. This weekend was supposed to go a little different. I was supposed to wake up this morning. He donated $5 to ask me if I would teach him how to ride. Fuck yeah, dude. I'll teach you how to drop your bike like me and Dickie do. I'll teach you how to get on somebody else's bike and drop it too. Right? Dickie will teach you that. He's good at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. I have a funny story about that in a minute. Fuck, what was I saying before that?
I don't know.
I was on to something.
Oh, yeah. How you were going to come over.
Oh, yeah. So I was going to wake up this morning, and when I thought my seals were the only thing wrong with my Harley, I was going to wake up, put the new seals in, and then ride out to Norman and go spend the weekend with Dickie, making videos and shit. So it was supposed to be a pretty eventful weekend, some great content and shit, but my body and my Harley decided to fight against me, and this is what's come of it. So yeah, that shit sucks. Okay, so talking, have you come through St. Joseph or anywhere? I've been to Missouri. I don't know about St. Joseph. I've barely been to Missouri though. I've been to like Branson or some shit, I think is where it's at. It's literally like right when you cross the border from Oklahoma to Missouri. Like I didn't, and I wasn't there for long. Fucking, god damn it, my train of thought is such shit right now. Dropping the bike. So, you know, we make jokes because you rode my Harley and like you dropped it and shit, and that shit was funny. So funny little story. I was at work yesterday. It actually happened. I was at work, and one of my coworkers always talked about how he like rides bikes and stuff, and he's an older guy and everything. And yesterday he actually rode to work, and he's got a BMW 1200. I forget what it is. It's like those adventure bikes.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's got that shit loaded, like the windscreen. He's got big ass metal boxes on the side, the big ass metal box on the passenger seat. Like it is fully loaded for like road trip status and shit. And those bikes are tall as fuck. And I've ridden one before. There was a guy that showed up at our wheelie spot one time, and he had one, but it wasn't loaded. It was pretty stripped down, pretty basic. And he let me ride it, and I had fun and everything. Well, yesterday I was at work, and I was standing out there talking to my coworker about his bike and everything. And he's like talking about how it's comfortable and all that. And he was like, oh yeah, he's like, get on it, you know, see how it feels and everything. I was like, all right. And again, I'm like sick as a dog and like tired as fuck and just weak. And I get on this guy's bike, and like I did not expect this guy's bike it weighed as much as my Harley, but if my Harley was sitting like another 3 feet off the ground, like it was pretty much a supermoto that weighed as much as my Harley. That shit was ridiculous. It was all top heavy. And I get on it, and immediately when I pick it up off the kickstand, he had like one of the boxes loaded up full and the other one was empty. That shit just started tilting. And I was like, oh, no. So I pretty much I sacrificed my leg and used my leg as like a kickstand on the other side, like wedging my knee on the bike, if that makes sense, and like using my foot as the kickstand plate. And I just held that shit, and I could not pick it back up. It was just leaned like halfway over, and I'm just using all my strength to just hold it there. And I'm sitting there going, oh shit. And he runs over and grabs the handlebar and like picks it back up. But that, oh my god, the embarrassment of that, because like you know, he had seen me, like he's seen my bike before and everything, but he hasn't seen how I ride or anything. So like, you know, when me and him talk about bikes, like I tell him all the time, oh yeah, you know, I ride my Harley like it's a supermoto and shit, like bragging and shit like that. And then I get on his bike and first thing I about drop it. Oh, it was so bad.
It sucks.
That shit caught me off guard so quick though. Like I started panicking immediately as soon as it started tilting. I was like, this is not good.
Bubba said I should make a video on how to drop my motorcycle.
You should. I mean, you technically have one. How to drop
Yeah.
really. That shit's good though.
I've dropped the Grom like several times, dude.
You haven't just dropped the Grom. You fucking like wrecked the Grom.
Several times.
Yeah, you've looped it out.
The thing is like every time I have, it's because of like I was doing something really stupid. Because like I jumped it, and then one time I was like going through like this little like mud path thing, and like slipped and crashed, and then like I looped out doing a wheelie because I was like super tired. I looped.
That's how I looped my Harley. I was way too tired to be out there doing that shit.
Yeah, it makes a really big difference.
It really does. All the times that I've done something like stupid and fucked up from it is when I like
was really tired or something.
Have been like I was either like way too exhausted and weak, or like I had too much on my mind or some shit, you know?
Yeah. I think it would be best to get a supermoto, Bubba, because like a Grom is like really fun, but it's fun because it's not my main bike. Like if I could only have one bike, I would probably choose a supermoto.
Yeah.
Or a sports bike. Or a cruiser, I don't know. I mean, but like if I had a cruiser, it'd have to be something that I could have like fun on, like Theo does. But I would say supermoto because you're not going to be confined to like basically just around like where you live. Like you can get on the highway and stuff.
Yeah. And that's where fucking that's the whole reason I like don't have a supermoto right now. Because what a lot of people don't know, because I didn't put it out there because obviously like nothing happened, but way back I actually like was talking to a guy about trading my R6 for a KTM supermoto. And what up, Josh? I'm doing good-ish. But anyway, I was actually talking about trading my R6 for a KTM 450 Sumo. And like I really wanted to do it. But what we did, which I'm really glad we did it this way, because it kind of, I don't know. Yeah, what we did is we basically traded bikes for a week, but we didn't trade titles or anything. So it wasn't like an official thing. Because he wasn't used to sport bikes. He hadn't really messed around with sport bikes or anything. And then I also hadn't ridden a supermoto for more than like a couple hours. So we traded for a week. I rode that shit to work and back. My usual stuff, my usual daily stuff. And also, if you guys don't know, like I ride daily, like riding is my transportation for going to work and just doing anything really. And the reason I didn't go through with it is because if I had, that KTM would have been my only bike. It would have been my only transportation. And it was a fun fucking bike. It was a hard decision, but having a supermoto for your only transportation, it just sucks. Like, it's fun if you're going out doing it.
And it depends on if it's like if it's a like a YZ 450 or something that was converted. Like if it's converted,
Depends on the actual bike too.
yeah, because like you have to. There's a lot of maintenance that comes with like dirt bikes. Like like you have to change the oil like a crap load and everything. And if that thing's like a sumo, like that's a lot of maintenance because like street use is a lot like harder on a motor, like technically, because it's like basically revved out all the time.
Yeah.
But like if you can find like something like pre-built, like a DRZ that's
Right.
like made for the street, like that's your like best bet with a sumo.
See, that's the thing. If I was to go supermoto right now, I would probably go for something like a DRZ or like a WR450, because WR450s, like, I mean, you still kind of have to convert them a little bit, but they're so popular as of being a supermoto, if that makes sense. So they're pretty well built for it.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a whole lot of information online.
Yeah, and then it also changes the like. Everything changes, talking about like oil changes and shit like that too, because like on my R6 I was used to doing oil changes every 5,000 miles, 3,000 to 5,000 miles, but on that KTM it suggested every like 500 miles. I was like, holy shit, the amount of riding that I do, I would have had to change the oil on that thing like
week, like every week or something.
Every weekend, I'd be having to change the oil. And on a KTM, oil changes are not cheap. So it just, for a daily, that it just was not going to work at all. I'd say if it was like a DRZ 400, because those are literally made to be a supermoto, I probably would have done it. It would have made things easier. But that's talking about like the bike being able to hold up to the daily riding. That still doesn't change the fact that like daily riding on a supermoto, sitting on basically a 2x4, like it gets fucking uncomfortable, way uncomfortable. So I'd like to get a supermoto, but I definitely want to get a supermoto like while keeping my Harley. It would have to be a second bike. It wouldn't be able to be a main bike.
Yeah. Like if I ever had the Grom as my main bike, I would fully stunt it out 100%.
Yeah.
Like because it's already going to be slow, like it's not going to be comfortable to take on the highway. Like it's stupid to take a Grom on the highway. So like you might as well just freaking fully stunt it out. You know what I
mean? Yeah. And that's the thing, the way things are going for me now, like it's getting to the point where now when I think of any bike, I think the first thing I think about is how would that bike be if it was stunted out? So like when I think of a Grom or a Z125, if I ever think I'd get one, I think like, okay, fully stunted out, like handbrake setup, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's how same with a supermoto. If I got a supermoto, like I would definitely want to like throw a handbrake setup on it and everything. Like, it's funny because like I don't even have a fucking handbrake setup. I'm already talking about like getting one.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like the next step besides like a chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll probably go like one down, two up, or like maybe just like one down. Like on the next time I change like the chain on the Grom.
Yeah. Tristan got that stunted out like Grom.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Been having fun with it. I don't know if he's even used the handbrake on it though. It looks like he's been doing a lot of like sit downs on it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ride that thing.
Yeah.
Like I really do. And when it comes to Groms also, like me and you have talked about this a lot, but if I were to get a Grom, I would definitely get like one of the first Groms.
Yeah, like a 2015 or like 14 or something.
Yeah, just for the fact that
the seat, dude.
I mean, yeah, really, the seat alone.
Right. It's honestly like a game changer.
The seat, and really just the looks of it in general, but like the when it comes to the actual riding the seat is like I'm a big guy. So like the new Groms, I can't stand the new Groms. They fucking like at first when they came out, I thought like, oh, that headlight looks badass, you know, and I thought like the whole thing looked badass. But then after I rode one a couple times, I really like the I don't know what you call them, the first gen Groms, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the seat is set up more like a dirt bike or a supermoto. It's like a one piece, just straight seat. And so a guy like me that's 6'2", I can sit wherever I need to on the seat to be comfortable. But the new Groms, the seats force you to sit in a certain spot. If I sit too far back on the seat, then it's too far back. I'm rambling right now. On the new Groms, if I sit where I'm comfortable, then I'm literally sitting
You're on the hump.
directly on the little hump in the seat.
And like I'm
Horrible.
like average height, and like it's the same for me. Like I prefer to like sit further back on the ground, like because it's more comfortable to just kind of like slump on the ground, you know?
Yeah. And that's not even talking about like wheelies on them, because like that's just general riding. But then if you want to get into the wheelies on them, like say I was comfortable, like sitting forward on the Grom, that wouldn't do shit for wheelies on it, because a guy my size sitting on the front of the bike, that Grom's not going to pull up into a wheelie. So
yeah,
I would have to sit back on it, and having that new Grom seat on there it's I hate it. I can't stand it.
Same.
That's why I would either, if I was going for something brand new in a 125, I'd get a Z125 for the fact that like their seats are great. I love the way Z125s look. If I was going for something used though, it'd probably be an older Grom one, because they're cheaper and there's not really used Z125s floating around right now. So, and if there were, they're not going to be as affordable as like a 14, 15 Grom. So,
yeah, you can get Groms like pretty cheap now.
yeah. Remember that stolen one we found on Craigslist?
Oh yeah.
There was like a red like 2015 Grom or some shit like that on Craigslist here in Tulsa. And like the picture of that shit, it was like, it had like pro tapers on it and everything. That shit was like tucked back behind a shed with like covered in leaves. Like it looked hidden. And the dude was asking like $500 for it. And I'm pretty sure that like the description of it like was talking about like, I don't have a title for it, I don't have a tag, like anything like that. It was like just a like a recreational bike. It's so stupid. It's like, yeah, I'm sure that's not stolen, but
yeah.
Who should we get in here? Because Bane's at work. Johanna is out with his family. I'm gonna text Tattooed R6 and see what he's doing.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a while. Last time I saw him was at the fucking wedding. We used to, man, like way back when I did like live streams a lot more often.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like when I first found your channel.
Yeah,
like,
I used to do live streams a lot. I do them like every weekend, dude. And that's where like like the last live stream I did on this channel, I straight up said, oh yeah, I want to start doing more live streams, guys. And I got a new mic, and then I haven't done one because I honestly forgot. Like I keep forgetting that live streams are a thing, because I fell out of them for such a long time, because it started getting to be too much, because I was doing them too much. And then I just like stayed away from them for so long that I forgot that they existed.
Yeah.
Water cures everything.
Did you know you can die from drinking too much water?
Yeah, you know you can get intoxicated from it too.
Yeah, isn't it called like, I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. I just remember my science teacher in high school telling me about it. But like, if you, I forgot how it happens too. It's like if you drink too much water, it'll start to ferment something. Won't it? I'm gonna look that up because it starts doing something to your body that acts as like alcohol does. So like if you drink too much water, obviously not like you can't just go chug a gallon of water in like 2 minutes and get drunk. That's not what I'm saying. But like if you like, I don't know. It's been so long since I've been in school. Huh?
I've never heard of that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Drinking too much water and it making you like intoxicated?
Yeah. Like I know you can like poison yourself by drinking too much water, or like drown
it's
yourself.
probably the same shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
This just okay. That's stupid. One of the suggestions on Google is how much water does it take to get drunk?
Oh my god.
It's so stupid. How much water does it take? Let's go to Yahoo Answers. Apparently you would drown before you get drunk because it's too much water for your body. Well, yeah. There is something. It might be the same shit as what you're talking about, how you can like poison yourself from it. But like my science teacher was saying something about like before, like when you know, like before you die from like poisoning yourself from it, it has like the effect of being intoxicated, like the effect of being drunk, and that's like what the poison makes you feel. I don't know.
I don't think it's called hypoxia. Isn't hypoxia like when you run out of oxygen or something?
No, that's hypothermia.
Well, let me look it up. Kind of interested now.
Damn. That dude said he's out playing laser tag. What the fuck? That's like random as shit. In rare cases, drinking an extreme amount in a short time can be dangerous. It can cause the level of salt or sodium in your blood to drop too low. Water intoxication. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. You drink too much, it'll like fuck up your system, and yeah. Salt or sodium in your blood drop too low. And that gives you like the feeling of being like intoxicated. Shit's crazy. Soon there's going to be a prohibition on water.
Yeah. Well then. What else is there to talk about?
Nothing, dude. That's the thing that sucks about doing these random live streams is like there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
Let's see when.
Yeah, there was an OU game today. I think it was the first one of the season. So it was just like packed. Like there were people like everywhere.
I think there's a lot of people from here that were going there. I kept seeing a bunch of people on Facebook saying that they were headed there. Yeah, so I guess Tat's out.
Yeah.
Water intox. Let's get let's make that the goal this weekend. Let's get water intoxicated and try not to die from it.
I mean, like, I wonder how they would know. Like, do you think they just had like a blood sample and like kept adding like water to it to see like what it would do, and like they knew like if you had such low levels of like sodium that it would kill you? Or do you think they like had someone drink water?
I'm sure that it like happened, to be honest, because like I don't
Do you
know,
think?
like why would they test for something like that? Like why
Yeah.
would they seek out to test if water could get you intoxicated? I'm sure that they had somebody like come in, was all fucked up, and they're like checking their shit, realizing they're like there's no alcohol in their system, and like so they just, I don't know, start checking shit and realize like their salt or sodium is low, and like maybe they found out that like the person had drank so much water in a short amount of time or something like that, and so then they started testing it after that. I don't know.
Because I know some people with like schizophrenia just have like an urge for like thirst and stuff, even though they're not thirsty,
Yeah.
and they'll keep drinking water, like just keep drinking water until it like is almost like about to kill them, and like that's what I was talking about. It's like I don't remember what it's called,
Yeah, there's
but
a
it
word for
has
that.
some name for it.
That's like drowning yourself in water, like by drinking it, though.
Well, I mean, no, it's like the blood thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I just don't remember what it's freaking called, man. Oh, what's your dream bike? The Northern Vlogs is asking.
Dream bike. That's a difficult one because I don't want to give the boring answer of like, oh, I have it, because like I kind of do. But like,
I just wanted like a 1000, honestly.
see, that's the thing. Like, if you were to have asked me that question a year ago, actually, I guess not a year ago, because a year ago I had like just got my Harley. If you would have asked me that question like when I started my channel, I would have probably said some shit about like a sport bike or something. I used to really want the Yamaha XSR 900. It was basically the FZ09, but it had this like retro look to it.
Yeah.
Really, really liked that thing. Hold on.
I would have to say like some type of adventure bike.
Hyponatremia.
So what it's called?
I can't pronounce it. It's in the chat right now.
Oh.
Your kidneys can eliminate. Therefore, in order to avoid hyponatremia.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Hyponatremia. Anyway, like I used to really want the XSR 9, basically an FZ09, but I liked the way it looked a lot more. But like time has changed and my answer has changed. And right now, I'd say that I do have my dream bike, a Dyna. I'm obsessed with Dynas at the moment. But I guess if you eliminate like the answer of the bike that I own and everything, it doesn't get any better. Probably the Lowrider S, the Dyna Lowrider S. It's got the 110 in it, so it's the beefier engine. It's a little more unleashed, but yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my dream bike, is a just a really clean Dyna. And I think it's because they're so like, I've come to realize that they're super personalizable.
Oh, dude, I know what bike I'd want.
What?
Someone put BMW S1000. I used to really want one of those, and then I found out that there's like an HP4, which is like an even like better, like rare like version of the S1000. And I would totally have one of those. Those things are freaking awesome. I don't know if it's like a dream bike though.
It's just like a, see, that's the thing. Like, I have technical dream bikes, but then like there's so many bikes that I just want.
Yeah, like it would be easy to say if like you only liked one type of bike, but I
Yeah.
like eventually I want to have like a adventure bike.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. Like
at some
I
point,
want,
like
I want all kinds of bikes. So my whole dream bike just breaks up into different types of bikes.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying the Dyna right now. That I love the. I mean, I guess it goes with Harley in general, but the Dyna in particular,
Oh,
they're
dude.
so like uh, versatile. Like you can just change them up so much. Like
Yeah,
there's
if
so
I
much
could,
shit you can change out on them.
yeah, if I could have like any bike like right now, like other than like the obvious stuff, like a freaking Ninja HQ or something, which like everyone wants, right?
Yeah.
Like I would love to have a Victory Octane, like fully stunted out. Like that thing would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty badass. I like those octanes.
Yeah, dude, they're
I like
awesome.
the octanes and I like the Indian Scouts.
Yeah, the Scouts are cool too.
Yeah, it's in terms of bikes that I want. We'll just break it down to that. Bikes that I want. I would love, like I said earlier, I'd love to have like a Grom or like a Z125. Um, I'd love to have a supermoto. If I got a supermoto, it'd definitely be like a 450 or something. I don't know, maybe like a 250, depending. But I'd love to have a 450 just for the power and the torque and everything. I really like the WR 450s, the Yamahas. That'd probably be my like first go-to when it comes to supermoto. Um, sport bike, I'd love to have a sport bike again one day. Um, I just my R6 was just having so many issues, and at this point in time, it didn't make sense for me to keep it. So, um, but I think if I got another sport bike, I don't know if I'd go with the 1000, to be honest. I To be
Yeah,
honest,
the
I
only thing
really
about a
like,
1000 is it's not really like stuntable.
yeah. I think if I were to go with a sport bike, I'd either say like a new 636. I really love the way they look, and at least I can say the 2013 636. I've ridden one of those a lot, and they ride so nice, and they
Yeah.
look so nice. That or a Gixxer 750. I actually really like the 750s.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I was looking for one of those when I got the 1000.
yeah, that I wouldn't mind having a Gixxer 750. Those are the two in sport bikes, either a Ninja 636 or a 750. Um, I'd say, what else is there? Naked bike. I guess you could go towards a naked bike. Is that kind of broad though, or is that just talking like FZ09 status, like Ducati, KTM, like?
Well, it could make more
Is it
sense if you said like super naked.
super naked?
Like, well, I mean, it depends on what you want. Like,
I'd say naked bike. I'd probably
So like in general, just anything naked.
Yeah, in general, probably just the XSR 900. Like I said, it's the Yamaha FZ09, but with a retro look to it. I really love it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Probably one of those. With a cruiser, I'd stick with my Dyna. Honestly, I wouldn't mind having like a little Sportster. Like a little Sportster 1200 to stun out. Just because they're smaller. So like if I ever got to the point where I was able to do circles and stuff, I feel like those would be pretty badass to do circles with. I definitely set it up way different than my Harley though, like than my Dyna, because I feel like when you're stunting a Dyna versus a Sportster, they're so much different that you can't just set them up the same, in my opinion. Because like I feel like if you have a Sportster, I would have to have the bars like all the way down, like no rise or anything, just all the way down, just for the control of having it up into like a 12 o'clock. The bars wouldn't be sticking way out on such a little bike. I don't know. Honestly, if I got to the point where I was going for a littler like Harley to stun, I wouldn't even go for a Sportster. I'd go for like the Street 750. Those things would be badass to stun out. I think that'd be awesome. I feel like those could look awesome stunning out. Yeah, Street 750. I wouldn't mind playing around with one of those. What else is there? What else? What other kind of bike?
Adventure.
I don't know, because I've never really looked into adventure bikes. The only adventure bike I've ever ridden is like the one I was talking about earlier, that BMW 1200, and
Yeah.
I did really like it. I wouldn't mind having one of those. It's so comfortable, and they have a lot of power to them. So I do like those.
They're really heavy though.
Yeah, yeah, they are. I do want to go back to Supermoto though. I want to ride one of the Husqvarna 701s. I want to ride one of those. I feel like that.
Is it like something new?
Yeah, it's new. Like Jake the Garden Snake and all them, they've been like, they got invited out to the Husky event, like to ride them and everything. But
yeah.
It's such a big engine in a Supermoto.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like it's done right, because like
is the gearing like almost like a sports bike or something?
I honestly haven't even looked that close into the specs. I just know it's a big fucking engine on a like proper Supermoto, and it looks badass, and it's got a ton of power, and I want to ride one. I really do. But I know that like Husky has had a 6 something. It was a 6 something Supermoto. It wasn't like, I don't think it was a 650, like a 680 or 690 or some shit like that. It was a big Supermoto, but the thing with it is like the frame and all that. It was bulkier. It was bigger. It didn't look exactly like, you know, a Supermoto. When I think Supermoto, I think of just a straight MX, like just a straight dirt bike with all the like street trappings on it. And it didn't look like that. But the 701, it's got the look to it and the power. I would love to ride one of those.
Like, I eventually want to have owned like every type of bike. Like, I don't care to own them all at the same time, you know.
Yeah.
But just to have like owned like all of them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even like when it comes down to even like owning them or not, I don't even really care for like owning a lot of bikes, but I just want to ride a lot of bikes.
Oh yeah.
I want to have the experience of being able to say like, oh yeah, I've ridden one of those, and like be able to have an opinion on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because most people out there, they'll talk shit on a bike that they've never even like got on before. Like I guarantee you, a lot of the guys who like make jokes about Gixxers and like talk shit about Gixxers in a serious fashion, because there's a lot of people that just joke about it. Just I mean,
Yeah.
it's funny. Like a lot of the guys that are super serious about it, like I guarantee.
It's more about the riders though than like the actual brand.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, like none of them have ever actually ridden
One.
a Gixxer,
Yeah.
let alone ridden a bike.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Honest. Who would you love to ride with and hang out with for a week?
Suburban Delinquent for me.
Yeah.
He's
Fuck.
probably my favorite person that I met at SEMA.
Yeah.
Or Jake. Jake was really, really nice, dude.
Jake's always like, he's super cool. He's a super cool guy. He's just really chill. He's chill, but he's not. He's like hyper as fuck, but like mentally.
He's just nice.
Chill. Yeah. I don't know. That's a hard one for me because there's a lot of them. Do what?
Yeah, I would say Suburban Delinquent though.
Yeah. Fuck.
Or Z, like the
guy
that's the guy that's always with Suburban. Because I actually probably talked to him the most, like hung out with him the most at SEMA, like besides Theo, obviously.
SBK. Yeah.
Or SBK, my bad, yeah.
Yeah. See, because like I'm trying to think outside of the box of like ones that I've met and ones I haven't met.
Well, I wouldn't really want to spend a week with someone I hadn't met.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Because like they're a lot different in person than on video a lot of times.
I don't know, dude. I don't know who I'd probably Shade Tree Surgeon, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like he
Cool.
he's like way up front about everything. Like he doesn't give a fuck. But at the same time, he doesn't like overstep boundaries or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's super straightforward with it. He's super knowledgeable when it comes to like bike shit and stuff like that. He just seems like a fun guy to party with. Like I feel like hanging out with him would just be a party for like the whole week.
Yeah, see, that's what I think about Suburban Delinquent.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think Arson would be fun too.
Arson would be fun. Yeah.
Just like those two in general, really.
Yeah. They're just super goofy.
Yeah.
Why would or wouldn't you move to Canada? I actually wouldn't mind moving to Canada. I've been to Calgary before. That's the only place I've been in Canada. But I enjoyed it. Although I will say I was there during the summer, so I still don't know what Canadian winters are like. But yeah, the Calgary during the summer is fucking gorgeous. I would not complain about living there at all. I wouldn't move to Canada for the fact that, again, I don't know what the winters are like, and I'm kind of a bitch when it comes to wintertime, unless it's inside of Oklahoma. I'm good with Oklahoma winters, but I hate snow. Oklahoma, we don't get snow a lot, but I've been to places that have a shit ton of snow, and snow gets annoying as fuck. So that'd probably be the one thing that would push me away.
One good thing though about places that do get snow often is that they're prepared for it. Like they're not really prepared for it here, But like if you go to like Colorado, like it's all pushed to the side and the streets are cleared off.
See, and that's
Like-
that's what I'm thinking about it, because like when we were in Colorado, it snowed while we were there, and so like it was awesome seeing how prepared they are for it, how drivable the roads were, even though it was like blizzard status, or at least it would have been here in Oklahoma. But like getting in and out of the car, like going places, like walking around, the snow gets annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's fun to play in here and there, but like there was snow on the ground the entire time we were there, and it did get a little old after a while.
See, I've been to Colorado in like the summer and the winter. Like so I've seen both sides of it. And like
Yeah.
the winters though, like there's snow and it's like cold, but it's not like Oklahoma. Like whenever it's
not at
cold
all.
in Oklahoma, it's miserable. But
Yeah.
when it's cold there, it's like, yeah, it's cold, but like you're not
In
like,
Oklahoma, when it's cold, it's literally bitter cold.
yeah, like
But,
the wind and everything like sucks, bro.
Yeah, it cut
like-
through you like a fucking knife. Colorado wasn't bad though. Like the morning we woke up, you couldn't see like far at all because of the amount of snow that was coming down. But like I didn't pack like warm clothes at all because it was summertime, like here. So or it was April at least. So I guess like springtime. But like I just had a thin hoodie and like that shit kept me warm. I was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, there's people that were like wearing freaking like shorts and like running around, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like snowy. I don't know. One thing I hate about Oklahoma is that like the winters are super freaking cold and the summers are super freaking hot.
See, the thing though that I can't complain about the winters here is like, yeah, they're really cold and like they're bitter cold, but like I said, we don't get, I mean, if we get snow, it's like 2 days of snow. So like there's not a whole lot of time where we're not able to like drive or ride or anything.
Yeah.
Like that was something I was talking about in a video not too long ago. It's like the wintertime sucks because it gets cold, but like
I prefer riding in the wintertime than the
Yeah.
summer, to be honest with you.
for the most part though, the ground is clear. And for me, as long as the ground is clear, like I'll ride. Like I'll bundle up as much as I have to. Like I don't give a shit how cold it is. Like I'll ride. Smitty says, "What about where is your dream place to live and why?" I don't know. I have a lot of places I'd love to live.
Yeah.
I really do. I have so many places I love to live.
I kind of want to go to Australia one day, see what that's like.
I'd love to see it. That's one thing. When I talk about places I'd like to live, they're places that I have been to before. So
Yeah.
I have a pretty good idea of what it's like there. Because if it was like the anywhere thing, I think Ireland would be cool. Ireland sounds fun, you know.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
But I've never been there, so I could go there and then change my mind. I don't know, but Ireland sounds fun. Australia, that sounds fun as fuck too.
Like Sydney or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For places I've been to though, Hawaii. Hawaii is it always seemed like the typical answer to me, like, oh, I'd love to live in Hawaii or LA or New York, like some place like that, like a known place. But I really, really liked Hawaii. I think it had to do with the island that we were on. We were on Kauai, which is like, it's not the biggest, it's like the least touristy island there. So most of the stuff that's there is like local, like island stuff. There's not a whole lot of chain restaurants or anything. It's a lot of local restaurant, a lot of local food and everything like that. It's just it was awesome there. I would love to live there. Like, oh man.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've been to the Anna Maria Islands in
yeah.
Florida, and I've been to like the surrounding like cities and stuff, and I really liked it. Like I didn't really have any bad experiences with Florida at all.
Yeah.
And then I've never been to California, but I feel like I'd probably like living there.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I'd really like the people. And then um, like Texas is like cool, like it's fun to go there, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah. There's a lot of places like that too that I've been to, and like I love going to them. And that's how I feel about California. I love California. I love going to California. It's an awesome time. But I feel like, at least the places I went in California, I feel like if I lived there, it would get old real quick. It would get tiring. I wouldn't want to do it
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah, California is fun though. You hear that big ass truck fucking driving
Yeah.
by? Holy shit.
I want to check out like Washington one day,
I'd like to see
or
Seattle.
like Oregon.
Other than that, I don't know. I'd like
Not
to,
DC, but like
yeah,
like the actual state.
yeah.
I want to check out like Portland, Oregon, like that area.
Yeah. Northern Arizona. When we went to California, we drove through there. That's about the extent of going through there, but it was like it was pretty nice going through there. We went through there through August 2015 for SCMM, and it wasn't like, when you think Arizona, you think of like desert and shit, like all hot and shit, but northern Arizona is really fucking nice. It's all the trees and shit like that. I wouldn't mind exploring around there a little bit. What else? Fuck. Canada, like I said, Canada, I wouldn't mind living there. But again, I've only been there during the summer. Fuck, there's another Arkansas. Fayetteville, Arkansas. It's not even far from here. It's 2 hours from here, and I'm going there at the end of this month. But Fayetteville, I wouldn't mind living there. They've got some beautiful roads, the scenery and everything, especially for being in the Midwest. And I think that's the one that I want to go to the most, for the fact that it's not far, so I wouldn't be far from friends and family and shit. It wouldn't be a dramatic change from weather. Like it'd still be the same summer, same winter cycles and shit like that.
Do they get
But
hit by tornadoes and stuff or no?
I think they're right outside the tornado alley,
That'd
because
be
we're like dead center tornado alley. Like here in
Yeah.
Tulsa, we're like right in the middle of
Well,
tornado.
it's worse like where I'm at because I'm like right by Moore now.
Yeah,
Moore
yeah,
always gets freaking destroyed, dude.
yeah. That's really bad.
Like if a tornado warning is ever like coming here, I'll probably just like grab my cat and like drive like an hour away or something and like
Just
chill
leave.
somewhere.
Just leave and come here.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
dip out and just come hang out with us.
Probably, dude. It's not like really worth it to stay if you know it's coming.
Yeah.
Like, just go away.
Yeah, anyway, Fayetteville. I wouldn't mind living in Fayetteville. That's it's a badass place. I love Fayetteville.
I've never been there, I don't think. Like I've been to Arkansas when I was younger. I just don't really remember it. And then like I've been to Missouri. Like that was cool.
But that's pretty much it for places I like to live. Hawaii and Arkansas. Either one of those, I'll be
Yeah.
content.
It's like two extremes.
Yeah, two extremely different places. Um,
Would you marry your cousin if you moved there?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the law there.
Yeah,
Like, I'm pretty sure you have to. So,
true. So, Northern Vlogs is asking what your first bike was. I could answer that. I know what it is.
what? My first bike?
Yeah, an F4i.
Yeah.
Was it a 02 F4i? Or a 01?
2001. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I mean, they're both the same thing, though. Like, an 02 and 01 is the same, exact same fucking bike, just different years.
Yeah. And then mine was the ZZR 06
Yeah.
ZZR.
Yeah. That was a 2001 Honda CBR, CBR 600, CBR F4i. Yeah. I honestly, in hindsight, like, because like when I had that bike, I wasn't even interested in doing wheelies. I thought wheelies were cool and everything, and like I had done them on like bicycles and pit bikes and dirt bikes, shit like that. But like when it came to the street, I was like, fuck that, because if I fall, it's concrete. Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
But like in hindsight, like seeing where I am now, that'd be
An F4i would be
perfect to have
awesome.
that bike.
Yeah.
Like the 2001 F4i is like one of that and the 636. Those
Yeah,
are like
exactly.
the two main stunt bikes. So like, yeah, it's funny. I started out on like one of the main bikes known for stunt bikes, and I wasn't even into doing anything stunt related. But
Yeah.
now, like, I'm into all that shit, and I ride a fucking Harley.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. I haven't gone through a whole lot of bikes at all, though. Started out with a 2001 F4i. My dad wrecked it, and he turned around and helped me buy my R6, which everybody should know. And then, of course, got my Harley and sold my R6. So, honestly, 3 bikes on the street. I had a little before I like started getting into wanting to ride street and everything. I had a little pit bike that I would like ride around on the street.
Yeah.
And that shit was fun. I wrecked that thing everywhere, dude. I think it was so fun. I think I told you that story though, when Christian fucked himself up because his kids threw a football at him. I think we told you on like Xbox or some shit.
Yeah, you told me about that. So my dad messaged back about that guy, you know?
Yeah.
He said that like he doesn't remember, but you can like ask Cycle Gear and like they'll tell you like
They'll know. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Huh. Well, we might start wrapping it up here a little bit because my topics are dying out. Unless you have anything to talk about.
Not really.
Yeah, I'm dying out. It seems like chat's dying out. So, fuck it. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover, though.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, like now would be the time to just lay them all out.
Yeah, for sure. If anybody like wants us to keep going on anything, then speak up.
So what do you use to edit? If you're talking to me, I literally just use the freaking GoPro editor. It's like super like easy and it's free. That's why I use it. It's just free.
Yeah.
But you can't really do much with this, so it's like a win-lose. And then don't you use like Final Cut Pro or something like that?
I did. When I first started doing YouTube, I had a little MacBook Pro like laptop, and I used Final Cut Pro on it. And I love Final Cut Pro. I miss it. But Final Cut Pro is like $300. But then I got my PC, like Windows computer, and obviously you can't get Final Cut Pro on a Windows computer. So I started using Power Director 14, which is what I use now, and I actually really like it. When it comes to cinematic stuff, you could do a lot more with Final Cut Pro. Or actually, I'd say easier with Final Cut Pro. You can still get it done with the Power Director, but you have to do it in a lot more detail. If I wanted to be lazy and shit, then I'd say Final Cut is the way to go when it comes to like complicated edits, because they have so many presets and like filters and color corrections, like preset and shit like that. So yeah, I used Power Director 14. It was like $75 on Steam. So
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah. I heard about it through Bigger X Derek though. He mentioned something about that's what he uses, and when I got my PC, I was like looking at all the editors and shit, and if you're looking at any editor that's gonna do anything worth a damn, they're like anywhere from $300 to $600, and so I looked up Power Director from hearing about it through Baker and saw that shit was like $75. So I was like, all right, we'll do that.
Heck yeah. All right, and then let's see. Did you fix your bike yet? No, it's not fixed yet.
Nope. I did fix the blown intake seals, but that didn't fix the bike.
All right, what's your favorite computer company? Like, if you're talking like Apple versus like
Windows?
like Windows for me. Like,
I think it depends. I really do. When it comes to like speed and like being able to upgrade and personalize and shit like that, I'd say Windows. Especially shit like gaming. Windows all the way, dude. You can beef that shit up so much, it'll run so smoothly. You can change the graphics cards and shit like it's so, I don't want to use the word universal, but I don't know what else to call it. You can just change it up how like to fit you so personally. But that being said, when it comes to editing, purely just editing like video, photo, like anything having to do with like production or anything, I'd say Mac, just for the fact that like the way they're. But I feel like that's kind of what it's for.
Yeah, Mac is like really
yeah,
centered around like.
I feel like Mac is like they purposely center themselves around like graphic design type shit,
Yeah.
or like editing, like production
Definitely.
or design, shit like that. So and I feel like it works. I think it'd be badass because I love my setup now, but I have a Windows computer. I have the GTX 970 graphics card in it, which by this point is old news, but that shit still works so fucking good for gaming and shit like that. And like I got a dual monitor setup, and like I've never had any issues with it like bottlenecking or slowing down using like a bunch of shit at one time. But I think I'd enjoy having the PC setup that I have now for gaming and all that other shit, and then having like a good beefy MacBook Pro, just like laptop set up on the desk next to it for all my editing stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be the perfect setup.
Yeah, I've always been like a Windows guy, but I'm not gonna like deny that like there's like definitely pros for like Apple.
Yeah, and see
But
that's
it's, like,
how
really
I
specific,
was like when it comes to
Windows, but I don't know.
right, and that's how I am. Like I never cared about Apple or anything unless it was like their phone. I like the iPhone. I don't know. You can call me a white girl. I don't care. But like I like the when it comes to the actual like software, I was always about Windows and shit. The only thing that changed my mind is when I got a MacBook Pro and started editing. That was the only thing that changed it. So I'd say when it comes to editing, I'd prefer MacBook, but windows for like everything else.
Yeah.
Dream car. My dream car, again, I have a lot of them, but the longest running dream car for me has always been the Audi R8, the V10. Love those things. Love the way they look and sound. Those things are just badass all over.
Yeah. For me, like ever since I watched Transformers, like, and like, when was that? Like 2010 or 2009 or something like that.
Yeah, 2009.
Yeah, I always wanted like a Camaro, and then now I have like the Transformers edition Camaro. So like, I guess I kind of have it. But like supercar wise, though, well, not even supercar wise. Like, if I could have a car right now, like just any car, I'd want like an older like Cuda, like a purple like Cuda, like muscle car, and
That'd
then
be
like
pretty badass.
just like modernized though, like souped up and like modern, and then like all the interior and everything is like modern. It doesn't look like old and crap, you know.
Yeah.
Because like some people are like doing that now, dude. Like they'll restore like older like muscle cars and like do like a full like modern interior and everything. Like have like touch screens and you know. all that.
Yeah. I feel like the downfall if I ever got an Audi R8 is my size. Because like
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be way too fucking tall for that car. It'd just be uncomfortable. Then again, I don't know. Because I have driven the new Corvettes and I fit in those things surprisingly well.
Yeah, here, let me see. What about supercars? I can't remember. I think it's called the i8. Is that the BMW?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, dude,
BMWs
the
always have
BMW
eyes and
i8.
shit.
I would definitely like the dream car, like supercar dream car. That thing is freaking awesome.
Just yes, you take on the soft tails. I don't want to get into that. That is a topic for a solid video. I will get that video out though at some point. I will talk about it because I have been looking at them. I have been creating an opinion on them. But yeah, I don't want to get into it because I'll go forever on them. What did you have for first car or a bike? What did you have first, a car or a bike? I had a car first before I got
Same.
a bike.
Don't regret it either. I definitely think that it's a lot safer to learn the street rules and everything in a car.
Yeah.
And like you learn how to think. Like whenever you drive a car before you have a bike, like when you get on a bike, you know what people in cars are thinking and like what they're gonna do because you've like been in one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It like goes both ways, but like for your safety, it's probably better to start in a car, in my opinion, just to like get all the noob stuff out. Best CC for your first bike is 600, in my opinion.
I think it depends on your size, but yeah, I'd say a 600. Because I don't know, I feel like it. I definitely feel like it depends on the size though. Because if you're a tiny person, like I'd say if you weigh less than 100 pounds, a 600 might be a little too much. But I started out on a 600. I know Dickie started out on a 600. I know a lot of people who started out on 600s. And the only reason I say 600 is because you're not ever gonna like run out of bike, I guess.
Especially if you get like something that can have end goals. Like my ZZR like isn't really an end goal bike. Like you can't really do much with a ZZR like in the way that you could like a 636 or like an F4i. Like it depends on like what you want to do. Like if you want to like hit the strip or something, get a bike that like you can easily like slowly build up to like and then like if you want to do stunts, then get like something that you could slowly build into a stunt bike. But with my first bike, I mean, it was like an older like model, even though it was an 06, but it was like carb and like it was really heavy, so it just really wasn't good for anything other than maybe like the track, you know.
Yeah.
But
See, I feel like if you're gonna, I just hate seeing people get like Ninja 250s for their first bikes, or like CBR 250s for the first bikes. Not that I have anything against those bikes. I know there's people out there that get those bikes and like make them track bikes because they are really light and like really flickable. But if you're just some kid that's wanting to start out, but you're scared to get a bike that's more than a 250 or something, then get a 250. But personally, I'd say get like a 250 Supermoto or something.
Yeah,
Because
if you're gonna get a 250, get a Supermoto.
The whole problem I have with 250 sport bikes for people learning on is because, like I said, people get 250 sport bikes and take them to the track all the time, and they kill it out there. That's awesome, great, but
you can do it on a sumo.
If you're learning on a bike, then I feel like a 250 sport bike is pointless as fuck, because you're learning. You're not about to go out to the track.
And you're not going to scratch anything out.
Yeah, the reason you're getting, if you're learning on one, then your reason you're getting a 250 is because it's not going to take off from you, and you're trying to learn to ride. If you're trying to learn to ride, you're going to drop the bike plenty of times. But if you're learning to ride, if you're a new rider, and you have a 250 like sport bike, you're gonna get bored fast, very fast.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna run out of things to do with it, and then it's really just a temporary bike. You're only gonna have it until you get bored of it, and then you feel like you're able to bump up in a bike.
Also, buy it used. Like if you're gonna start small, like buy it used. Don't get like a brand new bike that you know you're gonna toss.
I mean, they are cheap, but it's not worth it.
Like even if you have to make payments on something used, like in my opinion, like it's not worth like interest.
It's still better than
like get something like, I don't know.
But yeah, like a 250 Supermoto would be awesome, because like once you get to the point where you can handle the bike, like you have no problem handling the power of the bike, you're not going to get bored with it because it's a fucking Supermoto. If you get to the point where you're good at handling the bike, you can practice fucking wheelies and shit, or off-roading that shit, taking it off jumps and shit. I don't know. You can do so much more. Like they're the same price. It's the same fucking engine. Well, not the same engine. People are gonna take that seriously, but it's the same
displacement.
Yeah, it's the same shit, but with one of them you can do so much more with. A 250 sport bike, unless you're taking it out to the track,
which you can take a sumo to the track, like a lot of people.
You can, you can do the same and then some with a Supermoto over a 250 sport bike. I can't stand 250 sport bikes unless like it's somebody who's deadly serious about taking it to the track, or like actually putting it to use. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A good person to talk about that with would be Tristan Does Moto.
Yeah.
Because he went from a 250 to a DRZ 400 instead of a CBR 600.
Yeah.
And then he also bought a Grom.
Yeah.
So. But alright. What do you say we like hammer through these like last like 5 questions? Like I'll go and then you go and then you can finish.
I went on a tangent with that one, my bad.
Alright. So let's see. Favorite moto vlogger for me? Like, I love watching Motonosity and Suburban Delinquent. Like, both of them probably about the same. But after meeting them in person, I mean, I don't know. I think Suburban Delinquent seems more fun. But, like, I don't know. It's a mix between the two. Different reasons. Do you have any pets? I have 2 dogs and a cat, 2 Siberian Huskies and a calico cat. I like cats better. I have a Samsung Galaxy Note Edge. Worst fear? I don't know. Probably like growing old and not having kids. Do you think everyone should be able to have a gun. No, I think there's people that shouldn't have a gun and that can't get a gun legally, and for good reasons. But I think everyone has the right to defend themselves and protect themselves, and that's why it's in the Constitution.
Preach.
And yeah, no, you can go, Theo, and then.
All right. So favorite moto vlogger, probably Baker X Derek. He's been the one I've been able to watch for the longest time and not get bored of. Yeah, Baker. Do you have any pets? Yes, I have.
Oh yeah.
I have a little mouse. His name is Ajax. What do you like?
He's a king.
He's a king. What do you like better, dogs or cats?
Mice.
Mice. Yeah. No, I don't. Dude, I love all animals. I can't choose between one or the other. Yeah, mice. What type of phone do you have? I have the iPhone 6s. What do you have? You have the 7. Yeah, then I have the 6s. What is your worst fear? Honestly, I have a lot of fears, but a lot of them are very irrational. They're fears that like you shouldn't be worried about, and they're kind of a lot of adult things, like worried I'm gonna fucking come home one day and have an eviction notice on my house or some shit, like stupid stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any like crazy fears. I guess drowning. I would hate drowning. Drowning sounds like the worst way to go, because I can't, like, I was like born with asthma, so like I have an issue with breathing already. So I feel like, I guess suffocation in general. That would be the fucking word. That's my fear. Suffocation. I can't stand that. Do you think everybody should be able to have a gun? I agree with what Dickie said to the fullest extent. There's people out there that just don't need access to guns at all. But then there's people out there that do need to fucking arm and protect themselves from the crazy people who don't need guns.
And that have them anyways. Even though it's
that have
illegal for
them.
them to have them, they're still going to go.
Yeah, it don't matter the laws. People are going to have guns one way or another. So I think that it should be right for you to legally own one to protect yourself against the people who illegally own one. Hi, OMG, I made it. Yeah, boy. All right, well, that's pretty much it. My voice is going out, so we're gonna go ahead and end this live stream. But I want to thank you, everybody, for stopping by and saying what's up and asking all them questions. It's been a good time. How long were we on this for? Like,
I think an hour and 50.
Let's say.
Yeah. Hour 53.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by. And thank you to everybody who donated, mainly David, because holy shit, he donated so fucking much. But yeah, I'll definitely try to do this shit more often. And wish me luck that I get my bike fixed tomorrow so that I can get a video out to you guys. But that's going to be it. Dickie, you have anything to say?
Nope.
No, nope. All right. See you guys later.
Peace out, guys.